What's up, everybody? Andrew Mahone here with Darian's Competitive Pokemon. I'm going to be rolling a game on PTCGO. Pretty stoked about this deck. I got a Lapras deck built, and I saw some talk about it online, decided to give it a shot, went ahead and just, built it up here. I have nothing to say about this deck. It seems good, it seems okay. Plays like a lot of Potown and stuff. But I have not tested it whatsoever. So your guys' guess is as good as mine as far as, how this deck's going to go. It seems to have some pretty, cushy matchups. If your Volcanion matchup should be great, right? But otherwise, I'm not really sure how well this deck fits in. I guess with Potown, you put decks like Golisopod within range. You kind of awkwardly, don't get one shot by your opponent's Metagross. Looks like I'm playing against Metagross, so we'll see how that goes. I think, do I want a Lily here? Or I could Lele for something. I think Lily seems okay. I could just end. Let's see, if I attach a Choice Band and put down the Lele, then I Lily for 4 cards. I think at this point I probably just end. So we'll put the Choice Band on the bench Lapras, and we're going to end. If we get a Potown, that would be good. I don't think I necessarily want to play it yet. This is fine. And I do love the built-in consistency of Lapras. I will say this is awesome because now I have this, have that energy there. I could just collect to my heart's content. We will go ahead and play this Max Elixir as well. Slap that on the bench Lapras, and I'm feeling pretty good, Next turn, I can Ultra Ball away for a Lele, get a supporter. I'll put the Potown down next turn. No reason to put it down yet because it could just get field blowered away, and my opponent cannot evolve on the first turn of the game. So taking Potown into consideration, I feel like this shouldn't be a terrible matchup for Lapras, especially if my opponent does not play a turn 1 supporter. It's going to be pretty bad for them. But I don't think this should be a terrible matchup, considering I can bust out 190 damage. If I can figure out a way to kind of spread some damage onto my opponent's side of the field. Looks like my opponent's going for 2 Leles. I'm not exactly sure why they would go for 2 Leles, but you know what? I'm just, I'm just not going to ask any questions. Let's see. Max Elixir, yep. Let's hit another one. Good. And then let's Ultra Ball away the Guzma and the Aqua Patch since I don't have any waters down. And we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a Lele. And since my opponent got that awkward hand with the Leles, I'm just going to let my opponent just sit on that. And, that's fine because they don't seem like they have anything too exciting going on. I think if I were my opponent, I'd go for a Beldum and a Lele. I don't really know why they wouldn't have just done that, but that's okay. I think I get the Sycamore here. Though, you could get the Lily, I guess, and Lily for 6 just because, the odds of you getting a Lily for 6, throughout the rest of the game are, not super high. So, you could Lily there just because it's, a pretty decent play. Oh, we play Espeon, too. Forgot about that. Yep, that's a big deal. That should be pretty sweet in this matchup. And let's see. I did not get the Manaphy, so I'm not going to be getting an attack this turn, but I do have a nice cushy little, setup here with a couple Lapras, 2 energy each, feeling pretty good, and I get to collect. So let's go ahead and call collect, see what we get. There's the Manaphy. Man, draw 3 cards, pretty good. Hopefully my opponent has to evolve up through this Potown. That would be pretty sweet. I would definitely appreciate that. And, I don't know. Okay, my opponent's going for the Lele and for the Bridget. I guess I see why they got the 2 Leles now. They went, Vulpix for 2 Leles. Now they're going to Lele for Bridget. And then I guess their hope is that next turn, I'm not just playing against a Metagross deck, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am playing against a Solgaleo deck that happens to also have Metagross in it. So this should be interesting. I do get my things field blowered here, which is a little annoying, but we should be able to persevere. My opponent is going to Beacon again. And this time, I want to make it so that they do not get to keep their cards. So fortunately, I am able to get the N here. I can put my Manaphy down, give me free retreat. I don't really have anything to field blower on my opponent's side of the field. I'm not really super concerned with I'm going to Enhance Hammer them. I'm not really super concerned with tools in this deck. I think like Solgaleo doesn't really play that many tools, so I'm just going to Ultra Ball away the Field Blower and the Lele. I guess there's nobody else that I really need, though. The Oranguru could be good, so we're going to go grab the Oranguru. And let's see. I'll slap down the Oranguru. I'm not going to put the Choice Band on yet, just in case it does get Field Blowered. I don't want to just run myself out of Choice Bands. And then let's end and just hope we do get ourselves a Water Energy. We got a Max Elixir. And we do have our Manaphy in play. So maybe I should have, maybe I should have attached the water to my bench Lapras, so I'd have a Lapras with, 3 energy on it on the bench. But at that point that I attached that water, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get my hands on the Manaphy the following turn. So that was the reason for that. It's Max Elixir. Let's see what we get. We got it. All right, so we're going to be coming up with a hot Blizzard Burn next turn. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and retreat. And things are feeling pretty good, Got ourselves a nice little Blizzard Burn here. Feeling pretty aggressive. Got a Lapras on the bench as well. Get a supporter card off of the prizes. Now we got Potown in play. Hopefully my opponent does not hit another Field Blower so that they have to evolve up through this Potown. I do also have Espeon EX here, who's pretty much poised and ready to go. I don't have any waters in the discard pile yet. That's been a little difficult to do. It's not always the easiest to get that, but, we will do just fine. If the Lapras happens to bite the dust, then, we'll have some people in the discard pile for that. Wonder what my opponent is going to get off the Skylight. Imagine a rare candy, probably trying to get a Solgaleo into play so that they can, Skylight for the Ultra Ball because they have the rare candy in hand. They probably are trying to get a Solgaleo into play very quickly. I could tell because they're Ultra Balling away the Cosmoem that they just want a rare candy up. They're probably going to take that 30 damage unless they got the Field Blower in their hand. And nope, they don't have the Field Blower. And they're probably going to go for a Soul Burst GX here, just to load up as much energy as they can on their opponent's side of the field. Yep. And there they go. They played Skyla, so probably one of these 2 cards I'd have to imagine is either an N or a Sycamore. They feel confident enough that next turn they will, be able to draw. So they decided to just Skyla for the Ultra Ball, pull off the Soul Burst. Fine play. All right. I don't want to necessarily dish this Rescue Stretcher yet, because if my opponent does Guzma up this Espeon, it's going to make things pretty tough for me. What I can do is I can just go and devolve that Solgaleo. I kind of like that. Like, that's kind of annoying. But then if my opponent finds another rare candy, then, into Solgaleo, then they will just, blow up my Espeon. But I don't really mind that anyway, since, Blizzard Burn... that's just, if I Blizzard Burn, I could Ice Beam GX, which is fine. But I think I might as well just save my GX. So let's just go ahead and Lily and see what we get. We get a Feeny. Oh, Feeny's cool too. Okay. I think I will retreat into Espeon, and we're just going to devolve. We're just going to go with the devolve strategy and see how it goes. And that way this, if my opponent does happen to get rare candy Solgaleo and then knock out my Espeon, then what I'm going to do is I'll just Rescue Stretcher for the Espeon back, and I could do it again. Oh, well, my opponent was, in fact, just sitting on the rare candy, so that's great. However, I don't really care, because at this point they did not have the Field Blower, so they did take another 30 damage, putting them up to 60. So if I Rescue Stretcher, get the Espeon back onto my bench, we might be able to just Shrine them again. And that time we're going to take a knockout, which is pretty cool. Alternatively, they do have 60 damage on them. If I can find a Choice Band, I also have the option to go in with Choice Band and knock them out with 190, since they do have 60 damage on them now. So I like that option too. Let's see what we draw. It's going to come down to what we draw here. I can Aqua Patch. Feeny is not worth playing right now. I think that the Espeon is going to be more valuable to me than the Feeny, because I don't really want to shuffle one of these back in. I just want to knock them out or devolve them and etc. So I'm going to put that Water Energy from the discard pile on my bench Lapras, and I'm going to Sycamore. And hopefully we get a Water or a Choice Band. We got them both. I think I like the choice band play better, like definitely like that better, because then that just gives me a knockout. On the Solgaleo, I get to take 2 prizes. I get to go up as far as the prize trade goes. I do like that. Let's make sure we're probably not going to mineral pump ever, right? And I just wanted to make sure. I think I do like just putting a water energy onto my Espeon just so that I have it there. And then let's just go ahead and Blizzard Burn. Take the knockout on that big Solgaleo GX. It was nice we got to use Espeon in combination with Potown there to really ramp up the amount of damage that was on my opponent's Pokemon. Now, my opponent does get the rare candy evolution into their Solgaleo here. That's frustrating because here goes a Lapras. Wow. And can you guys imagine when that new Solgaleo comes out, the one that accelerates energy for just a double colorless energy, and the one that also prevents all of your Pokemon from having weaknesses? Is pretty crazy, right? I think Solgaleo is going to become an insane archetype once we get that alternative Solgaleo legal for play. So let's figure out what we want to do. Lapras got free retreat, so we'll go ahead and promote that. The max elixir can just go to, honestly, I would like another Lapras at this point, but I kind of also may want to force some odd prizes. So it might just start stacking energy onto the Rangaroo too. Could be good just to kind of make things a little more difficult for my opponent. I think I just need to go in with the N and my opponent to 2 and devolve, and then just pray that they don't get the rare candy off of an N to 2. I think that is going to be the maneuver. I could Ice Beam, I could paralyze them, and then go for the Blizzard Burn the following turn. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. I mean, yeah, I think at this point, though, that Espeon probably just gives them more problems, because then it takes their Solgaleo out of play altogether, so they can't get out of it with a Guzma or something like that. At this point, I know they've used they've used 3 rare candies, so the odds of them getting rare candy are pretty small. They probably won't be able to get that. They can, let's see, they could collect, draw a card. What is that? Dusk Gathering. Draw a card. They could do that. They're going to end me and into 3 water energy. This is fine. And they're going to come up with the Tapu Lele. This is how they plan on finishing out the game here with Tapu Lele. Hopefully they do not have a Guzma, because that would be problematic if they can go ahead and knock me out there. I think that I'm going to have to go up with the Lapras. I am going to attach to my Rangaroo just so that I have that option, and I'm going to end. Let's see what we get. We need to get an Ultra Ball and an Aqua Patch. So I could go for the Choice Band, I think. I have to go for the Choice Band. I've used 2 Choice Bands. I have a third in the deck. So I think I could Ultra Ball away these resources here and get the Lapras. And then do I have a Choice Band in deck? I do. I'm going to Instruct for 3 and just hope I hit it. I think that's where I'm going here. And hope that my opponent does not have a Guzma. And let's Instruct. All right. Instruct for 3. Do we get the Choice Band? We do not. So this time we are going to retreat. And we are going to, I think this is the time to Ice Beam GX. And just hope that my opponent does not have a way to attack. So we're going to go ahead, paralyze my opponent. Hope they don't have a Guzma here. If they do have a Guzma, they're also going to need an energy. If they have Guzma energy, they win the game. Max Potion, how unfortunate. That's fine. This gives me 1 more turn to be able to hit that Choice Band. Oh, but I cannot attack with Blizzard. Oh, no, I used Ice Beam, not Blizzard Burn, so we're Gucci. We are cool. I can Orangaroo here, but, that doesn't really do too terribly much right now. The Espeon is bothersome that it is so weak. I think I want to put that on the Orangaroo, though, just so I have the option to attack with it. And I'm just going to Lily for draw 4. I did not get the young Choice Band, so that is annoying. Let's just go ahead and retreat into the Orangaroo, and we're going to Psychic. So we're just going to soften this thing up, promoting the non-EX just so that we don't get, we don't lose here with that. Oh, I said that my opponent was going to win if they got Guzma energy, but they needed a lot more than that, since I forgot that they max potion their DC off the Tapu Lele. So they're going to need a little more than that to be able to pull off the win here. However, I am starting to get a little worried just because I have 3 prizes left, and it's looking like it's going to be a little difficult to kind of scrape these together. Doing 160 damage is just not great, but looks like my opponent just scooped things up, so they did not feel like they had what it took to win that game. I think that I was going to be able to win, especially if my opponent like Skyla, maybe looking for their 4th rare candy, maybe realizing that their 4th rare candy was prized. They might have just wanted to go ahead and scoop up the game there. That probably was the situation if I had to guess. Anyways, verdict's still out on Lapras. Let me know, what do you guys think of Lapras in standard format? Do you think that this deck has the chops to compete with other tier 1 threats in standard format? You think the deck's good? You think the deck's bad? Let me know what you think about it. Anyways, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Peace.